really couldn't relax. I'm like, every time I like sit down and like put my arms down, my arms would stick to my stomach, and I'm like,
oh, that's how I feel summer in New York walking outside.
Yeah, it was like summer in New York times like 20.
Hey friends, it's your girl, Emily Curl, back in my virtual studio. Today we're hanging out with Jacoby from Papa Roach. Jacoby, it's good to see you again. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing great. Life rips. I'm out on tour right now on the Rockzilla tour, and we got like 3 more shows on this one, and it's been off the chain. It's been an amazing tour, and so
I gotta ask you, is this a humidifier going in the background? What is this?
yeah, I got a humidifier over here. I'm like, us singer guys got to take care of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that how you decompress after a show, or you always have the humidifier on?
I always have this thing with me on tour. It's just like it's a fixture in the room wherever I go, pretty much. I got one that goes to the hotel room with me, and sometimes I sleep with one in the bunk, like just because the bus air gets super dry, and I'm just taking care of my vocal cords because I've got a job to do, mate. I've got a job to do.
I love you having different rooms. It's kind of like when you have your chapstick. It's like you have your purse chapstick, your home chapstick. It's the same thing.
Stop playing, girl. You know it.
Well, we're excited. You're on tour, but you're also working on another project. The Retaliators, the movie, is coming out soon. First and foremost, congratulations. I have to tell you, I watched the trailer. I'm not a horror person, but I was scared.
Yeah, it's got a little spooky edge to it. And,
it's got a spooky edge. Tell us about the film.
I got called up from management, and they were, checking the temperature, see if I wanted to do, get on film, get on camera, be in a movie. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know if I have what it takes. And I believe that life begins when I get out of my comfort zone. And so acting is definitely outside my comfort zone. And so I took a shot at it. I play a character that is just an absolute disgusting, dark, twisted human, polar opposite of my natural persona. It was a cool opportunity to try something totally outside the box, and working with my directors, they really gave me a lot of pointers and tips on how to pull it off. And they were really hyped about it. They were like, you did such a great job. I'm like, okay.
Do we like it? We're sure. Being a character that's so different from you, how do you prepare and get in the mindset for a role, especially one that is so dark, like you mentioned?
I remember on one of the days shooting, Sam, one of the directors, came in the room, and there's a scene in the movie where I'm in this crack den of a hotel, and I'm just disheveled, wearing like just boxers and a dirty shirt. And I got this girl, and she's in a dog kennel, and like I'm just this like and he's like, he just put me in the room with this actress, and he turned on the super wacky, like dark, twisted, like horror type music, and then left us in there for like a half hour
before y'all even shot anything.
Yeah, I'm like, he was like, don't speak to each other, just put your head in this space. And yeah, it was a interesting experiment, and really kind of put me in this twisted, I guess, mindset, and just kind of went there with it. And it was a good time. I had to put a hug on the lady after shooting this. I'm like, hey,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not really like this. But it was a great experience, trying something different.
Yeah, and again, mentally preparing to be in those scenes. I'm sure, again, you're an artist, you're on tour, you're on stage. I'm sure you have to mentally get in the zone before you hit that stage. Was there similarities you found of like getting in the zone before a scene in the same way of when you walk on stage?
Totally different scenarios.
Totally
to be
different.
Completely honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like when I'm going on stage, I'm just so comfortable with it that it's like, we flip the switch. It's like I could be backstage, like having a chat with my kids on FaceTime, and just totally in like dad mode. And then they're like, all right, cool stage time. And I'm like, all right, let's destroy, and so it's just kind of like one of those things where we flip the switch. And I think I had a bit more, I guess I approached it with more caution and care when I approached the scenario, being an actor. It's something that's outside the box and outside the comfort zone, but I think I want to try it again in the future. So
you want to do more projects. You got a taste and you liked it.
Absolutely. I just got to find the time. I'm just so busy with Papa Roach, man. It's like, we got so much going on, especially now that touring's back. it's like, it's cool because we got this film dropping and then we're announcing tours all at the same time. And so there's a lot of really good stuff happening. And I'm just, just grateful to be part of a creative project outside the box.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. Has your family seen the film? What do they think?
Family has not seen the film.
They have not? Are you guys going to have a watch party?
Oh, absolutely. My youngest will not. He won't see this one. He's 8. He's not ready for this kind of stuff. And so it's because it is a horror, slasher, thriller, gnarly, bloody, gory film. So it's my teenagers are down though.
They're like, let's go. I'm always curious about the production elements of this. Like, was it interesting being on set, again, covered in gore, dirt? Like you said, you're in these grungy places. Like, was it interesting to be in that world? How was that for you?
Oh yeah, it's really fascinating to me. I really enjoy being around people that are masters of their craft. And there was a lot of people on set that are very talented and, have been acting for years. And so it was cool to watch these people, kill it in their space. And I really had a good time. I had a good chat with this guy, Joseph Gatt, on set. And
from Game of Thrones.
He's been in Game of Thrones, and he's become a good friend of mine throughout this process. And, he was just kind of let me know, he's like, when you're on stage with a band, it kind of goes along more, it fits well with theater, because when you're on stage in theater, the movements are bigger and everything's a bit more grandiose because you're on a large stage. And what he explained to me was, when we're inside this like little box right here, the television, everything needs to be a bit more subtle. And that really made a lot of sense to me when it came to my expressions or the way that I would, carry myself in front of the camera. I guess the art was a bit more in the subtleties. And so for me with P. Roach, everything is so over the top, so dialing that back and learning that, it was awesome. Plus, like, there was this one day, I'm like pretty much like the Walking Dead, dead looking guy.
Which had to be kind of cool. I hope you get some selfies in that too.
Oh, it was disgusting. I was in this get up for probably like 15 hours that day. And it's like blood with all your clothes stuck to your body and all this makeup. And I literally couldn't relax. I'm like, every time I like sit down and like put my arms down, my arms would stick to my stomach. And I'm like, it just was, yeah.
That's how I feel summer in New York, walking outside.
Yeah, it was like summer in New York times like 20. It was gnarly.
What was the most challenging scene that you had to film? Was there anything that really caught you off guard?
I'd say the most challenging scene is, I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, don't spoil it. Yeah, we don't want spoilers. Okay, you have to tell us.
It's like, but it was cool working with some stunt workers and stuff like that, and working with the stunt guys and learning from them about how they execute their craft. And shout out to stunt guys on films, because those guys are beasts.
They're working hard.
That just seems like a rad job. Oh yeah.
Let's also talk about the soundtrack for a second, because Papa Roach, you guys wrote some original songs, right?
Yes, so we got a track called The Ending on it, and we released it last year. It went number 1 on rock radio, so we were super stoked about that. And to have it in the film, it's the intro part of the film. It kind of has this 80s synth part that opens it up, and that's what really drew the directors towards that track. Was they were like, it almost has this Stranger Things kind of feel to it. Ooh. A little bit 80s, a little dark. And so they used it as the opening sequence track for the film. And definitely grateful for that opportunity. It fits really well in the opening sequence. And so it's cool to watch a film and see our song in it, as part of the fabric of this art piece. And so definitely grateful for that.
That's so exciting. We cannot wait for that movie. And also, we have a really fun iHeart contest that's happening right now. So exciting. A winner and a guest will get to receive tickets to the premiere, along with a trip to Halloween Horror Nights in LA, which I thought was an interesting component. How excited are you for this partnership?
Oh, I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? Just rolling with some fans to a little spooky night. Dude, let's go. It's like kicking off the season just right.
Have you always liked spooky season? Like, are you a Halloween person?
I definitely enjoy Halloween. I remember, this is when I knew that I loved Halloween. I was like 12 years old. My mom was like, so what do you want to be this year? And I was like, I want to be Liberace. And so I dressed up as Liberace. I had my hair all feathered. I had the
let's go.
The lace and the velvet and the frilly shirt. Oh man, the eyeshadow, the whole nine.
What are you going to be this year?
I mean, maybe I'll just pull off Liberace again. I don't know.
Just repeat it.
Last year we were a family of sloths. So this year I'll figure out what we're going to do this year. It was funny. A family of sloths, and my 8-year-old was the sloth trainer. It was great. It was cute. It was cool.
Okay, how did they get that role?
Well, I mean, Brixton, my youngest, is obsessed with sloths. And
so he wanted to be the trainer.
Oh, yeah. No, he wanted to be a sloth, too, but his costume didn't come. It got lost in the mail, and we didn't have enough time to... He's like, I want to be a sloth. I'm like, no, but what if you're a sloth trainer? And we turned that frown right upside down.
He was like, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Last question for you is, this is obviously a horror film. It's a scary movie. What do you think, in your opinion, is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
American Werewolf in London would be the scariest film I've ever seen. And I think it was because it was the age that I saw this film. I think I was probably like 10 or 12. And I hadn't really been exposed to too much TV. I actually didn't have a television until I was 10.
Oh, wow.
And so I just didn't grow up those formative years with a television. And so when I saw this film, when I saw the person morph into a werewolf, I was frightened over the top.
Are you still scared of werewolves?
Does
it still trigger something deep in you?
I'm not a fan. Everywhere I walk around backstage too, all the falling in reverse signs, they have a werewolf on it. And I'm like,
not tonight.
I like the guys. I like the band. I just don't like that sign.
That's so funny. Oh, Jacoby, thank you so much for your time, for being here. Congratulations on the Retaliators. And I hope you have the best time on the rest of the Papa Roach tour.
Oh, it's going to be great. I'm super stoked. Tour's going great. And thanks for y'all's support. It's going to be awesome.
Well, we love you. We're going to see you at the premiere. We cannot wait. Thank you so much again, and congratulations.
That's what's up. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for hanging out with us. And Jacoby from Papa Roach, make sure you go see The Retaliators is coming out to a screen near you. You don't want to miss it. Bye, guys. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.